Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life on Living Well. My name is Richard, and before I dive into the topic that I have for us this week, I hope this message meets you well. And if you'd like to know one or two things about this community, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. You'll find weekly articles that we push out. And if you also would like to be one of our subscribers, just register with your email and you will receive the article once we push it out there, and which we do once a week. And we also have a community that share the books that they've read. And if you are interested in any books and you don't know where to start, you can check the book section and see the review of the members regarding the particular books that they've read and the impact the book has on their life. And if you also like to follow our YouTube channel, you can also search for it on YouTube and just type Life for Living Well, and then the page should come up and you will also see the snapshot of this podcast on it. So without taking much of your time, let's dive into the topic we have this week. I've spent a bit of time to research this particular topic, to look at it in a different angle that is not normally been looking at or talking about. And the topic that I have this week is what I call self-preservation. Why protecting yourself isn't selfish. Sometimes the connotation of self-preservation can be lost in context purely because of looking at it from the selfish point of view, that why will you only prioritize yourself alone and on the expense of others? But I want you to look at it in a totally different way, and I'm hope by the time I finish this podcast, you will come into an agreement with the place that I'm trying to take you to. Once again, the title of the message this week is what I call self-preservation, why protecting yourself isn't selfish. As we normally do, we take one or two individual quotation and we use it as an open floor. For this particular message, I will be taking from one of the founder and father of philosophy, and he's a philosopher, Diogenes. He put it this way: as a matter of self-preservation, a man needs good friends or an ardent enemies. For the former instruct him, and the latter take him to task. And in reality, if you look into your life, he is so right. He's a person that understood what is self-preservation means in a society where people create fabrics, masks, and all relationships are superficial. Even the book of Proverbs says that the wealthy man will attract many friends. So how do you protect yourself with so many onslaughts of 21st centuries? I mean, how do you protect yourself from psychological challenges, emotional, mental, financial, relationship, so many things? So when I say self-preservation, I don't mean it is in a purely psychological sense. I'm talking about it in a human, everyday way. So the truth is, we all practice self-preservation, sometimes on purpose, sometimes without even thinking about it. At times, it is a calculated choice. Other times, it is just biology. Our fight or flight response may kick in. You see it everywhere. Politicians clinging to influence, people networking to maintain their lifestyle, families fighting to protect their status. So when survival or recognition feel at risk, people will often do whatever it takes to preserve themselves. But here and today, what I really want to focus on is ethical self-preservation, the kind that protects your well-being, keep you grounded, and help you accept yourself. Without it, you risk losing who you are. So let us explore what this looks like in everyday life. So let's look at emotionally challenging situation. Think about how you feel when the very people who should love and support you end up undermining, disrespecting, and even rejecting you. Pain like that can leave deeper scars. Emotional challenges also come from losses, whether it's a job, a friendship, or someone you love. And while we can't control those events, we can control how we heal from them. Ethical self-preservation will encourage you to look like stepping away from a toxic environment for a while. It will also focusing on something higher and more nourishing than the pain itself. So, what about psychologically challenging situation? Life often puts us in a tough corners. Do you do the right thing or do you fight to be seen as right? So these tough two questions we pose to you. The choices you make here will also determine where you are in life. This moment can keep you up at night, making you question your self-worth. People who practice self-preservation are usually more grounded. They are able to navigate manipulative family members, toxic friendships, or negative workplaces without losing their sense of self. Also, what about financially challenges situation? If you have ever had to count coins to buy milk or borrow against your paycheck before it even arrived, you know the stress money struggles bring. The shame, the unopened letters, the anxiety. It can really be overwhelming. But self-preservation here means getting practical with money, such as budgeting, saving, repaying debts, or picking up a side hustle. It means building a small emergency fund, resisting impulse spending, and refusing to stay in a damaging job or relationship just for financial security. So when you take control of your finances, you protect not just your wallet, but also your peace of mind. Also, mentally challenging situation. How do you navigate that? You may be able to navigate it if you understand it's a self-preservation. So just imagine some relationships are simply draining. You overthink every word, wonder what you did wrong, and lose energy trying to make sense of their behavior. These energy vampires might be in your family, your friendships, or even your closest relationships. Active self-preservation means stepping back, setting clear boundaries, and not feeding into the negativity. When you do this, you stop burning mental energy on things you cannot control and start protecting your peace. And that takes me to the second part of this podcast. The question is why this matters. Research shows about 68% of stress and anxiety comes from emotional, psychological, and mental struggles. And stress doesn't just feel bad, it impacts your health, your relationship, and your quality of life. Politicians may weaponize self-preservation for power. Social climbers may chase it for status. But for the rest of us, it is a tool for survival and sanity. So if you're already taking care of your emotional, psychological, and financial well-being, you are practicing self-preservation, even if you don't call it that. As I'm bringing this podcast toward to the end, I want us to reflect on this. Even if this message is not clicked to you yet, I want you to take a time to replay it, to meditate on it, to reflect on it, to question and challenge yourself why you are not employing self-preservation to your life, even to the news that you consume, even to the things that you say. It's part of self-preservation to filter what you consume, including messages like this. You don't just hear and do what you hear. You reflect on it. It's right for you. You take a guided step to question it. So where to start? It doesn't have to be complicated. Try keeping a journal to track your thoughts and feelings. You'll be surprised by the insight you gain. Prioritize sleep. Stay hydrated. Eat well. Learn to pause before reacting. Sometimes maybe just count 1 to 3 or take a deep breath 3 times. You'll be surprised that simple things like this make a bigger impact. These small habits build resilience, so when life throws challenges your way, you are not just surviving, you are protecting your sense of self. Final thought. Self-preservation isn't selfish. It is necessary It is how you protect your peace, your energy, and your future. So let me ask you, what are the ways you practice self-preservation in your life? I would like to hear from you. I would like to share and understand your way of self-preservation and how you practice it. I hope this message helps someone. Until we meet again, please stay safe. Ciao.